what I love about Trump? I really am such a fan of Trump. I love he's just like, okay, Trump, you're the most powerful person in the world. Okay, he just says things. I will take Greenland. Why? Because I want to. Puts up a map of America with Greenland. It's like he's just,
I don't know if
he's a troll. He's the ultimate troll. It's so funny.
But I think he's serious at the same time.
Of course.
I don't know if he's trolling.
No. But when you troll, you're only, take it from me. Take it from the man who annoys, I'm the second best man in the world at pissing people off besides Trump himself.
Yeah.
When you troll, you have to mean it. That's what makes you a good troll. Like, I say things and they go, oh, he's trolling. I'm like, well, I kind of mean it too. That's what makes it funny.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, Trump's hilarious. When he was beefing Canada and Mexico and Greenland all at once, it's amazing we're only 39 days into his presidency and he's done all these crazy things so
even
far.
if he's serious too, like, even if that's not where the deal's gonna land, like, it's like, even with Canada, like, I think the Canada shit, I get a lot of flack for it too, obviously, because I'm Canadian and I supported Trump, but I think that's just a result of the Canadian leaders too, like Trudeau and the position that they put Canada in over the last 10 years. How is it even how's that even something Trump can say?
Of course.
Like, we're gonna take you over. That's how bad the leadership's been in Canada. But also it's like, if your starting position is, yo, we're gonna take you over, like, the deal's probably gonna land somewhere over here, you know what I mean? Which means a favorable deal for the US.
Well,
which
it's
is
art of the deal.
It's smart, yeah.
It's art of the deal. And yeah, self-accountability is the perfect way you just put it. Look at Canadian self-accountability. Canadians should have got Trudeau out after COVID. They should have marched.
It shouldn't even be something Trump can say.
Yeah.
Like, how is he even able to say, we're going to take you over?
And all the Canadians who are talking like tough guys now, oh, we're Canada, we're never will be the 51st state. They locked you in your fucking house, bro, and you sat there like a bitch and forced you to get vaccinated. And they took all your businesses away and you didn't even fucking leave your house and resist your own government. You're complaining about America. You're complaining that America is going to put tariffs on Canadian goods. You know who taxes Canadians the most? Canada. Your own fucking government rapes you for every penny. So and you sit there and pay Trudeau half your paycheck and then talk like a tough guy on YouTube.
There's a lot of smart Canadians. Like, a lot of people are pretty. I have good hopes for Canada. I think there's a lot of smart people there. I'm hoping for a big comeback, like, kind of like the US.
It's operating very similarly to Europe. You have a feminine leader who's basically a girl. You have unchecked immigration. You have insane taxes. You have no growth. And America's operating like a winner. And Europe and Canada is currently operating like losers. And Trudeau keeps pulling money out of his ass for Ukraine while his country falls apart because he's a dipshit. But the thing is about life, let's take this away from politics and let's apply this to life. We can apply this to girls, we can apply this to politics, we can apply this to friendships, you can apply this to business, you can apply this to anything. People are going to take and get away with whatever they can. This is how the world works, right? People are going to steal from you as much as you let them steal. People are going to abuse you as much as you let them abuse you. Mm-hmm. So there has to be a point where you stand up as a man and say, no, enough is enough. This is how things work. If you are a giver, and all of us are givers to some degree, takers are going to take until they can't take anymore. That's how the world works. So if you're going to allow Trudeau to run your government and run your country into the ground and sit there and do fuck all about it, then that's what's going to happen. There has to be a bottom line where eventually people stop complying or stop obeying. If people are going to continue to allow it to happen, it's just going to continue forever.
Yeah, we got to get that guy out.
But then you have to ask yourself the question. This is what's really interesting. You have to ask yourself the question about people get exactly what they deserve in this life, and the strong conquer the weak because the weak are just too meek to protect and save themselves. Like, if Canada falls, along with Europe, which is going to fall, part of me is going to be heartbroken. But then part of me is going to be like, well, you had a chance and you just sat there and let it collapse. Like, what do you want to do? Your ship is sinking. There's a hole in your ship. It's getting bigger. Mm-hmm. Are you going to do anything about it? Oh, maybe the next election, or I made a tweet last week, so I'm just going to leave it. Oh, cool. You're fucked then. You're fucked. I really like to think that Americans wouldn't have accepted this election being rigged, which is why they didn't rig it. Because they knew. They're like, we can't get away with it again. The Americans are not going to have it. Americans are built different. Freedom, 1776.
I guess Americans have guns too, right?
Well, it's built different. It's not about even shooting people. It's about just showing up and showing the power structures that you understand what's going on and you're not going to comply any longer. When I look at Trudeau in charge of Canada and I watch Canadians do fucking nothing, part of me is like, well, you deserve it then.
During COVID, there was a lot, but I feel like there's just not enough people. There's a lot of strong
but not
people.
Enough.
Yeah.
But when I watch the Brits and Keir Starmer locks them up for tweets and the Brits do nothing, well, then you deserve it. You get what you deserve in this life. If you're going to be in an abusive relationship and you're going to sit there as the chick and your husband's going to beat the shit out of you and you're never going to leave and you know all he's ever going to do is beat the shit out of you and you're going to sit there, guess what? You're going to get the shit beaten out of you. That's how it's going to work. If you're going to sit there with an abusive government and let them abuse you and you're never going to do anything about it, guess what? They're going to abuse you. That's all it's going to be. So Canadians are getting exactly what they deserve, as are Europeans, which is a shit sandwich because they have no fucking balls. And they have no balls because they're scared if they tell the truth, they're going to end up in my position. They're scared of a little bit of jail. Boo-hoo. I'd rather go to jail for a few months and know that I tell the fucking truth and I'm a man who's not scared of some fucking sissy boy in a suit than sit at home and be worried about a little bit of a jail sentence and watch my country collapse around me and live like a fucking coward forever.
What's the biggest problems with Europe right now?
The same as Canada. Unchecked migration, energy prices are through the roof, manufacturing is completely collapsed, crime is out of control, drugs are out of control, and the only thing the police seem to have time for is locking you up for telling the truth on Twitter, policing your speech. They've taken away free speech because free speech is extremely important for young people and people who are telling the truth to mobilize. Billionaires can lie. A billionaire can stand up in front of you and say he's going to do one thing and actually secretly do another. A billionaire can deceive. The average man can't deceive. The average man has to tell the truth so we can find the other people who understand him because our strength is in numbers. You have to say Trudeau's a piece of shit robbing this country. You have to be able to say it freely online so you can find other people who say it so you can band together to resist. Because as an individual, you can do nothing. You can only operate in groups. So you can't lie. You can't tweet a lie and say Trudeau's a good president because then you'll never find your kin. You never find the people who you can mobilize with. Whereas a billionaire can lie. A billionaire can stand up and go, yeah, we're not going to raise taxes, then just simply raise them. So the average man needs free speech. It's extremely important. Without free speech, there's no democracy because there's no power of the people without free speech, which is why Europe and Canada, all these places got rid of it and just wreck everybody. They come at anybody who sticks their head up above the line, including me. That's why Europe came for me.
Did you see Vance? He called out the UK PM
Damn right.
in that public Oval Office meeting.
And it had to be done. It had to be done. Because it's absolutely insane. We as America, we used to go to war with the communists. And people used to die. Young men on both sides used to die. And our justification for these wars were they're communists. They locked their people up for talking. That was our reason to go to war.
Yeah.
And now we're calling the Europeans our allies after Zelensky sits and disrespects our president. And the next day, Europe put him on a little victory tour around Europe and hold him out, shake his hand like he's a fucking hero. These are our friends? What would you do if your friend did that? Your girl cheats on you and all your friends go hang out with her and tell her she's the victim?
Mm-hmm.
Are they friends?
No.
No, we haven't even got European allies. Fuck the European Union. We haven't even got European allies anymore. So I think all of them can get toast. If I was Trump, I would be furious. You put Zelensky in his place and then he gets fucking hyped up again by all these dipshits over there.
So you think it's going to all shift with Trump, like allies and
I think
geopolitics?
America is a...
Like, are they pushing Russia and the U.S. like closer together now?
There you go. Now you have strong nationalistic patriarchies. You have strong nationalistic patriarchies, which is the USA and Russia. We have a lot more in common than we do with these femme-centric, matriarchal, garbage, woke shitholes in Europe. This is the truth. We have more in common with Russia than we do with England currently.